Hello, welcome to Biography TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Abd el Krim el Khattabi. Abd el Krim el Khattabi was a Moroccan political leader and military strategist. He led a large-scale revolt of Berber-speaking Rif tribes against French and Spanish colonization of the Rif, an area of northern Morocco. They established the short-lived Republic of the Rif. Abd el Krim was born in 1882 in Alger, Morocco. He was the son of Abd el Krim el Khattabi, an Islamic judge of the Ith Yusuf clan. Abd el Krim received a traditional education at a mosque school in Alger and then went on to attend a religious institute at Tétouan. He studied for 2 years in Fez at the Atarin and Seferin Madrasa in preparation to enter the famous Karoyini University. In 1906, after his studies, Abd el Krim was sent to Melilla by his father. He worked as a teacher and translator there. He later became a journalist for the Spanish newspaper Telegrama del Rif. He was also hired to edit and write articles in Arabic for El Telegrama del Rif, which was a daily newspaper in Melilla. In 1910, Abd el Krim became a secretary interpreter in the Native Affairs Office in Melilla, which brought him in close contact with the Spanish military bureaucracy as well as the town's civil society. In that position, he gained a reputation for intelligence, efficiency, and discretion. During World War I, Abd el Krim was arrested by the Spanish authorities for what they considered to be anti-colonial activities, including alleged involvement in a conspiracy with the German consul, Dr. Walter Zeppelin. He was sent to prison in Chaouen from 1916 to 1918, after which he escaped. At the end of the war, Abd el Krim briefly returned to his home at Alger in January 1919. There he decided he would fight for his tribe's independence. By the following year, he and his brother began a war of rebellion against the Spanish. His goal was to bring the tribes of the Rif together and form an independent Republic of the Rif and to introduce modern political reform. In 1921, some Spanish troops approached the unoccupied areas of the Rif, and Abd el Krim sent a message to the commander of the troops, General Manuel Fernandez Sylvester, warning that if the troops crossed the Amicran River, it would be considered an act of war. Sylvester was reported to have laughed and shortly afterwards crossed the river and set up a military post of 60,000 men. In June 1921, a sizable Rifian force attacked this post and killed 179 of the estimated 250 Spanish troops there. Soon afterwards, Abd el Krim ordered his forces to attack the Spanish lines at Anwal, which they did with huge success. During the attack, General Sylvester, seeing he faced defeat, committed suicide. In 3 weeks of fierce fighting, 18,000 Spanish troops were killed. The Rifians' unprecedented victory established Abd el Krim as a master of guerrilla warfare and the president of the Republic of the Rif. He achieved this feat with 30,000 men against Spain's 60,000. By July, the remainder of the 60,000 Spanish soldiers who survived had fled to the coast and into Melilla. The embarrassing defeat of the Spanish forces at Anwal was not unconnected to the events that led to General Miguel Primo de Rivera's coup d'etat of September 13, 1923, the installation of a military dictatorship in Spain, and the collapse of the Spanish monarchy in April 1931. By 1924, the Spanish forces had retreated to just 2 isolated areas along the Moroccan coast, having suffered more defeats at the hands of El Khattabi. In April 1925, Abd el Krim invaded French-occupied Morocco and made it as far as Fez. It was at this point France decided to work with Spain to end the revolt. A combined French and Spanish army of over 250,000, supported by several aircraft and artillery, began an assault against the Rif Republic. The fighting continued for 10 months and eventually the forces of Abd el Krim were defeated. The damage to the Berber population was quite extensive. Among other weapons, chemical bombs were used against the population. Abd el Krim officially surrendered to the French at his then headquarters of Taguist on the 26th of May, 1926. Abd el Krim was exiled to the island of Réunion, which is a French territory in the Indian Ocean. He remained there until 1947, when he was given permission to live in the south of France after he was released on health grounds. However, he was able to get asylum in Egypt instead. In Egypt, he presided over the Liberation Committee of the Arab West. When Morocco gained independence on the 2nd of March 1956, the King of Morocco, Mohammed V, invited him back to the country, but he refused, saying he would not return as long as French forces were on North African soil. His dream came to pass when Algeria, the remaining country in North Africa still under colonial rule, attained independence in July 1962. He died shortly afterwards on the 6th of February 1963. Abd el Krim's guerrilla tactics influenced future revolutionaries like Ho Chi Minh, Mao Zedong, and Che Guevara. Abd el Krim el Khattabi was married to 2 women and had 6 sons and 5 daughters. What have we missed out of this biography of Abd el Krim? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.